Ever notice how the things you fear most are usually the things you can't control? And the list of things that are out of our control are never ending. I'd say it's about a ratio of 9-1 of things we cannot control to the things we actually can. And like a lot of people, I used to really want to have control, whether it's having control over the decisions of others to make it align with the things I want, or having control over the timing of when I achieve my goals. I want everything to go my way, which I'm not ashamed or afraid to say, because it's the truth. And you'd be lying if you wouldn't say the same for yourself. But I realised it still can, but not the way you think. Welcome back to Keep It Simple Sid, where I create video essays about human behaviour to create a community full of inquisitive people, sharing ideas and promoting discussions on how we can better understand ourselves and relate to one another. Today's episode is on control, and about a week ago, I was on the way to a doctor's appointment and realised I was running 5 minutes late. So I pick up the phone and call the receptionist to let them know I was a tad bit late, but I was on the way to my appointment. The receptionist picked up the phone, and the only words he said to me with a very brash, aggressive tone, "We have a 15 minutes late policy." "Okay," I cheerfully exclaimed, because I was only 5 minutes late, but now I have an extra 10-minute buffer. How wonderful. I keep driving and I don't know what it is, but I'm in such a good mood. Coincidentally enough, my favourite song comes on and I'm shamelessly dancing in my car. And, I mean truly, without any morsels of composure, enjoying the moment. And throughout the entirety of the drive, I mean banger after banger after banger, all hits no misses. I don't know who made that playlist, but the entire ride I was just so exuberant. And so eventually I pulled up to my doctor's office and I met to a sea of cars. And I felt nothing. I did not have a care in the world and kept dancing. I found a spot. It was all the way in the back, but I was just happy to find a spot. I get out my car, ready to make my appointment. I look down at my phone to see where the building is, and it's a lot further than anticipated. But I love to walk, I thought, without skipping a beat, and I also have 10 minutes extra to spare. And it was indeed a great walk. I was enjoying myself replaying the songs in my head. But as I approached the building, a man sitting in his wheelchair fell out of his seat. Without a second thought, I run over. Along with another lady, I pick this fully grown man up with ease and go about my day. I felt so good that I was able to help and be there at the right time. And so I walked right into my appointment and made it with time to spare. And the cherry on top was, as I was leaving, the exact same lady who helped thanked me for what I did. And that's when it hit me. I completely forgot I was late for my appointment. I was so detached and only focusing the things I could control instead of the things that popped up. I knew that if I was doing everything I could do in my power and had the mindset I was going to be on time, why worry? When we fight for control over the uncontrollable, we don't gain clarity. We just lose peace. And as someone who is spiritual and believes in God, there's this concept of how God's timing is perfect. The belief that events unfold according to a divine and perfect schedule, not our earthly desires. Such as, if I wasn't running late, I wouldn't have been able to help the man, and what if the next person who helped him pick him up incorrectly and injured themselves and hurt him? Whether you believe in a higher power or not, relinquishing your control gives you control. On a similar note, think about the concept of embarrassment. I have this theory when we get second-hand embarrassment or annoyed with others that stems from control. You may hear kids say the phrase to their parents, "You're embarrassing me," when they're not even doing anything embarrassing. I believe we want to have control over how others are acting and being portrayed to onlookers. When someone is deviating from the mould of how you want society to view them, we get annoyed or embarrassed when they have the autonomy to do something we unconsciously deem as unacceptable. And whether their behaviour is just or not, all we know is that we don't like it and want to control it to stop. And so, how do we stop this desire to want to control everything? Check your ego. Notice when you find yourself trying to change people, how do you react when things don't go according to your plan, and become accustomed to resisting the urge to make everything make sense? Sure, you can get everything that you want exactly your way and on your timeline, but it will be at the cost of friends, family, other goals, Alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange proved this. Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain, something of equal value must be lost. So how am I so confident you can have it all and get everything you want? It may not be on the timeline that you want, it may not be with the people you want it to be with, and it may not look like how you thought it would look. So to have it all, you must detach from it all. You are not omnipotent, you don't even know what you want for dinner. So how would you know how everything is supposed to play out? Almost everything we have no control over, but we have control over ourselves, and that is everything. If you are a good person, you show up and put in the work. Why not you? Detach from control, enjoy the journey, and keep it simple. Sid.